It kind of irritates me knowing that I tell someone that you should not do something. This is to the guy, the big guy, or not the big guy. We're all small fish in this sea of the autism. The autistic internet of the autism. I don't know. Chris Chan Daily News. I just think that you shouldn't go so far. I'm just gonna say don't go that far. And what do I mean by don't go that far? I mean by when you call yourself what I said to you, because that can ruin investigations. And I know why you did it, so you can get Jupiter's trust. That is understandable. I understand you have a hatred of people like him. Maybe there was some past experience that you had, but you don't have to go into detail. I can understand that. I really do. But you should not let the darkness, because your hatred of Jupiter can go beyond just hating him. The darkness will overtake you and consume you. Look at Jesus. Forgive. But you can do justice. You can. But you had to do it in the right way. There are many law enforcement that are watching him, no doubt. And when I brought up Chris Chan within your live stream, and you call me people like him, which I felt very insulted by, because I don't like to be called something like that, because I caught people like that. I caught more animal abusers than people like that, but me, I do more of a trolling aspect of them, because if you mock somebody so much in the most creative ways, they will run off on their own. And sometimes, when you make them think you're a total wacko, they may get deterred, thinking, I don't know what will happen next. Will they send Papa John's? Will they send Domino's to the homes? 15 pizzas. That's the point. And I think people who do this kind of stuff, you know, like you, and hell, even I somewhat did something similar, but not go as far as call myself a pig of the law. A pig. I would not call myself a pig. That's one thing I knew better. Because Jupiter, he can take that and say, you are impersonating someone. A group of people that the pigs would dislike. And even if you have good intentions, like many of us, it's not plain smart. It's called making yourself look like an ass, a big ass. Acting like a pig, but you just look like a donkey. I do feel for you, and I think it comes from more emotion than anything. as I said, I don't know if you dealt with people like that personally, you know, or that maybe your wife, you know, you may be having kids and you're just afraid, and that's understandable. You don't want your children to be harmed by people like him. You have to be careful with them. But what you did can bite you in the ass. That's just a fact. Many people don't like that because it gives people who actually go after predators a bad name. That's called vigilantism. Look at those predator catcher videos you see. Do you see them call themselves law, you know, the pigs of the law? No. They just pretend there's someone they're not that the predator wants. That's how they do it. They don't call themselves pigs or investigators. They become bait. They become bait. Bait. It's the ultimate goal of catching these cretins of society. But when you go too far down the abyss, you will get consumed. The hatred will overcome you. You may say, well, I did this. I got Jupiter. Let me do it again to another one. And then you go farther, then farther, then farther. Until you won't know who's a predator and who's not. You may see a guy look at his daughter and you be thinking that's a predator looking at his daughter. Well, not his daughter, but it's some random kid. And you will snap. It's understandable. You want to protect their kids. I do too. It's funny how you thought I was one of them. Even though I told you I wasn't. But you let the darkness consume you. You let the hatred overcome you. Which you should never let do. You must fight. You must stop the demons. But don't become a demon yourself. Be yourself. But don't become a demon. It feels kind of great because one minute you thought I was people like him, and then you realize, ah, shit. And you may be thinking, why are you threatening me with this? Because one, I don't like it when people do that. Because if you fuck up, you can get in serious trouble. You may have good intentions, but you will make it worse and make people who actually go after them look like you. You will be the point example, say, hey, you gonna do like that guy. He got put in jail and now he's in the pee pee poo poo butt fun dungeon with Bubba and Jamal. Shit, man. You don't want that. They may call you that in jail just to mess with you. That stuff happens too, by the way. They love to do that. Oh, I don't like ya. Let me call you that. I have caught animal abusers. I have caught predators. My style is kind of different from yours because sheer mockery yeah, you can poke fun at the Spurg voice. That's perfectly fine. I'm paler than an albino, but my skin is thick as diamond. On the internet, trademark. But you just can't do that. You can't. With Christian, he got away with it because you had people like Kiwi Farms, you had people like Josh, you had all these people over flooding, you know, the investigators with all this information to where they couldn't tell either way. They couldn't tell. So they had to dismiss it. And yes, that technically does mean he didn't get charged. He was in holding, he was never in prison. He was awaiting trial, and then they dismissed it. And people would say, well, they hold him because they knew he was guilty. Sorry, Burp. I know I should do it more edit-wise, but I never like doing that. I like my Kino ways. If you don't know what Kino means. On the internet wise. But yeah, Christian got away because there's all sorts of idiots making himself look like an ass. That's a fact. You also brought up Christian's location. That can give a good alibi and say, hey, you know, Christian can say, I'm being harassed. What the hell? Well, I have this video post. There's this video post of someone giving out my location. There's hundreds of them. Unless it's like very, very known logic, you know, logic that we know where he was, you should have never talked about it. Oh, we found him by a doorknob. I bring this up because that proves to law enforcement, and we can't trust the people that are calling Christian a motherfucker. We can't prove that Jupiter. Well, I think, as you said, Jupiter was caught and all that. So he's on the sex offender registry, right? Is he? I'm not sure. I heard about him on TikTok, and I'm thinking, is he interesting? I don't know. After Cyrax, I got very black-pilled on the law cow sphere. Let's just say, I may make a video just talking about why I don't like the community of Cyrax, and I find it kind of cringe. And it's not because, oh, I defend the Cyrax, the creepy goblin motherfucker. No. It's just, I feel like they're just milking him for laughs and not actually trying to put him in a jail cell with Bubba. You're trying to put Jupiter in a jail cell with Bubba, but as I said, you're doing it the wrong way. You have to have bait. You have to have bait. Remember, he's a predator. You put a little girl, no, actually a metaphorical, you know, online little girl, because there's no way he'd be able to get a little girl, because nobody would let that person near their kid, you know, near a kid like him. Well, he's a kid too. I don't know. It just, oh god, I'm trying to do that monologue shit, and then I'm just trying to be serious at the same time. I mean, I am being serious, but you know, I want to add that flair, that pizzazz. I just want you to understand that you can't go and do that in the way you did. You talking to Jupiter, you saying what what you calling yourself, that's not good. That can get you in trouble. That can get you in trouble, and your wife will wonder, why did he did this? Do you love your wife? Do you love her? Yeah, remember, you do have something to lose. You're not like people who have nothing to lose. I'm sorry, most people don't have nothing to lose. I'm telling you this because I can understand. I understand that feeling. But when you let that take over, you will become the very thing you hate in a different way. To where anyone you see could be a potential predator, and then you harm someone, and then you're in jail. I know, I'm kind of monologuing, ranting, being serious. I mean, I'm being serious in general, but going back and forward with my pizzazz. But maybe I should also make other videos about how I said Joss from Kiwi Farms is a predator as well, but a lot of people said that's not true. That's not true. But guess what, dude? It is. People who do this kind of shit sometimes infiltrate that kind of behavior of, they try to get into those communities to try to pretend something that they're not. I didn't like Josh because he's trying to think he's a hero, a superhero. But he's just making himself look like an ass. And he's burning bridges. See, I'm going to different topic. I don't like doing that. I want to keep monologue, but it's like you brought up multiple things and then you try to insult me. I told you to stop doing that kind of shit, and then you just call me one of them. That's fucked up. What if you are one of them? What happens if I go, no, you, Uno reverse card? You won't be happy. I'm telling you this. It's not that I want you to be in the jail cell with Bubba. I'm just telling you to stop that behavior because it will consume you and destroy you. And it makes you look like a complete dumbass. Like if you went to Kiwi Farms, which they keep going down because Joss keeps making enemies of every person on the internet. Guess what, dude? Look at him. Look at Josh and what he would say to you. He would say, not your personal army, and then he would dox you. Because he doxes anyone he finds mildly disliking into him. This is why people don't like him. Why you think multiple groups, the EFF, all those groups don't want to associate with him. The people who made the Pirate Bay, they don't want to associate with him. People who enjoy freedom, and he says his site's a free speech site. No, it's a glorified dot spin. See, I'm going one topic to the other. I should do separate videos, but I need to get off. I've been doing it for almost 20 minutes. But I'm gonna post this on YouTube. You can comment. You can say whatever you want. I don't censor people. But what you did, it's not good either. And you better listen to what I said about that. I'm not trying to go after you. I'm just saying you can't be doing that stuff. You just can't. Don't let the darkness consume you. Yeah. Have a good one.